More than half of the lives lost here in Lee County during Hurricane Ian were due to storm surge, and all of those were preventable. People stay for any number of reasons during evacuations, but we want to make sure that you have the information necessary to leave when you need to make sure that you and your loved ones stay safe.
In Hurricane Irma, we over-evacuated southeast Florida by over 2 million people. Did not need to be on the road. And everybody remembers that picture of all those interstates, just lined up with people at a dead standstill. 2 million of those people did not need to evacuate.
And that was a big reason people didn't leave for Hurricane Ian, a past experience that weighed heavily into the decision to stay or to go.
That's a classic example of why people won't evacuate the next time.
Dr. Laura Myers is a senior research scientist and director of resilience at the University of Alabama's Center for Insurance Information Research. She studies how people perceive and react to severe weather, including major hurricanes like Ian.
People thought they would have time to evacuate if they needed to. One of the things that's happening with more recent storms is they're rapidly intensifying, and trying to educate the public that these storms are going to come in stronger and faster, and they won't have the same time to make adjustments that they did maybe 10, 15, 20 years ago.
Creating a plan ahead of time is key. First off, know your zone. In Southwest Florida, those zones are labeled A through F, and evacuation zones are not the same as FEMA flood zones. Next, have 3 different evacuation routes in 3 different directions away from water. You don't have to travel far to get out of harm's way, as the Lee County Public Safety Director explains.
And we saw this during Irma, when we saw people driving, 8, 10, 12 hours to be able to get out of Florida. All you have to do is get out of the zones that are being evacuated. So it's not about driving hundreds of miles, it's about driving maybe 5, 10, 15 miles to get to someplace safe.
When an evacuation is ordered, put your plan into action. At that time, public emergency shelters will be opened, including special needs shelters designed especially for residents who are medically stable but depend on a medical device that requires electricity, such as supplemental oxygen. If you have special medical needs, pre-register now with the Florida Special Needs Registry. Select your county and fill out the form. This program, which is available to all Florida residents, ensures that you will be taken to one of your county's special needs shelters should the threat arise. Also, if you live in an evacuation zone but don't have transportation to get to one of the shelters, this program is for you as well. But you must sign up before we're ever in the forecast cone. That's the key.
You never know from event to event how it's going to be different from the last one. Don't rely on the fact that it may have never flooded at your location, because this may be the first time it does flood at your location.
Dr. Myers emphasizes being connected to the right sources of weather information, such as broadcast meteorologists, the National Hurricane Center, and the National Weather Service.
So you need as many ways to get information from those trusted sources as possible. Don't rely on one source, and don't rely on sources that are not verified, not official sources.
If you haven't already, download the Fox 4 app and allow push notifications so that you can stay informed about news and weather in your community.
How do you know what's happening at your location? That means having trusted sources and getting information that is geolocated to you.
On Bonita Beach, I'm certified meteorologist Katie Walls, Fox 4.